Happy Sunday afternoon, y'all. Sorry it's going to be a later video. It may not be a lengthy video. You know how it is when you get down in a rabbit hole and it's like your head doesn't lift up and it's like noon and you're like, where did the morning go? Well, that was Buddy and I. But before we get into the garden update and what we've been doing, I want to take a minute to express the sorrow that I feel for you guys that is in the midst of the devastation that Hurricane Helene did to you guys. I honestly feel this changed our geographics forever. I, coming from hurricane and tornado area yearly, and Katrina and Rita, neither one, in my opinion, had anything like Helene. 4 states, state of emergencies, homes underwater that had never seen anything like this. So you guys know that there's many of us that are praying, and we hope that you can rebuild your lives and know that you did have support across the airways, especially from Buddy and I. I can't look at any more pictures or any more videos. It's just too heart-wrenching. And this will not be repaired in weeks or months. This looks like years. But like I said, the damage, I think, really changed the geographics in that area. And that could be concerning. You know, only the Lord knows. With that being said, let's look at the seed starts that we did a week ago today. And then we're gonna hopefully not get wet. We have the sprinkler going. It is so dry here, guys. We've not had rain in weeks, so we're running the sprinkler on the strawberries and the carrot beds. But let's do a walkthrough, and then I got to take you out to the what we're calling the wood shop, because I've got to brag a little bit on Buddy and what he's been doing. Well, yesterday, him and Grandpa, and another door he built. But we'll get out there. But right now, let's start with the seeds. And as I'm walking, I'm fixing to insert. The watermelon beds are pulled and cleaned. So these are the last 2, and I'm going to insert the picture. And here we are. Now, it does look dry, but I will water this evening. But that is peat moss you're seeing, so it's going to have a dryness. But these are the 1015 sweet onions. And I'm looking closely, and it looks like 1, 2, 3 cells didn't germinate. I have got germination throughout. So I'm very, very proud of that. Now here's the red Creole. Much slower germination. I have these 4 here. I've not seen germination. I've got these 3 and this one and these 2. So I've got 8 that hasn't germinated yet. But I expected these to be slower. And oh, look, I've got 2 here. But I strategically, if y'all remember, I did 1 seed per cell. That gives me a better count, in my opinion. And whatever doesn't germinate, I am fine. But right now, I'm going to give myself 2 thumbs up. Every broccoli germinated. Every rutabaga. The cauliflower. The emerald broccoli is missing 1 and 2. So I'm too short on that. The Detroit beets, only 1 germinated. That was that old pack I was concerned about. But I have 3 on this row. Remember, I used both rows. So, not a good germination. What do we have? 4? But that's 4 more than what we started with. Romaine is coming on. I see only 2. But lettuce, as hot as it is, I've got plenty of seed. I can seed start again. Oh, look. So it looks like our spinach is 100%. I only did 1 row. Our broadleaf What is this? The mustard? Yep. This is the broadleaf mustard. Only 2. So I will seed start some more of this. I did 2 rows. So there's 2 here. So what is that? 4 out of 12. Not too good. Now these beets did very well. And if you look, I ended up with 2 seeds each. So I'm going to try to separate those, and that will give me 2, 4, 6, that'll give me 10 to go with my other 4. So I'll have 14 beets total. Not too bad. This morning, I was able to get a whole lot more small zinnias, but you see how limp they are? That's to be expected because of the sun. But look at all of these that I transplanted. They're doing wonderful. I'm just going to see how it goes through the winter. I'm going to put them in the greenhouse. Here's our radishes. I did reseed today. I'm going to insert a clip of what we ate this morning. But the cabbage is doing good all the way down. Our collards over here is doing great. The purple top turnips are doing fantastic. Let me show you. Look down in there. And of course, what you're seeing is Dr. Earth. I'm telling you, it's my favorite. And you'll see Dr. Earth right here, like a little line. If you put it on the soil, for whatever reason, it does keep the flies and everything away. It's just on the soil. Well, unless you get carried away and you get it on the leaf. And there's the Detroit beets. And I noticed I did not put it here. And you see those little flies? I don't know if you can see. So I've got to make a mental note to come in and put a little bit of Captain Jack's right through here. And I don't know why I said Dr. Earth. I do use Dr. Earth, but the white powder is my Captain Jack's. Now, I did do radishes in this bed this morning. I planted carrots here this morning. And then over here, we have some broccoli. And I had just a little bit of that straw from this past summer. And I put it right around the base, and I added the Captain Jack's. And I did that all the way down. We have one more, 2 tubs. I have this one and this one to amend. The celery is here. I do see a few burnt leaves right here. I'm going to go ahead and snap that off. And I'm going to snap this one off. See? But the sun is really blistering it, so I'm going to have to probably add more shade cloth. Here is like a broccoli rabe. We had 3 plants, so I did the same thing. Put a little bit of that straw and Captain Jack's. And then we go to Brussels sprouts all the way down. And I planted all of this morning, guys. So here's a better shot of this side. And you can see the shade cloth. Well, the sun's filtering through the sides. So I have plenty of shade cloth. So I may go ahead and bring the shade cloth on down with some zip ties. And here's the one we planted 2 weeks ago. Again, I'm going to have to extend the shade cloth on both sides. And look at this. The watermelons are gone, guys. You talk about a mess to clean up. Oh, it was a mess. That's what I said. We got in a rabbit hole this morning. But it's behind us. And we still have to get these. I got to go ahead and string this tomato here. This was a volunteer tomato. And I went ahead and put Captain Jack's on the 3 that Buddy planted. 2 of them are indeterminate. This one is a determinate. So I've got to work on these. Here's our contender beans. Look at them, guys. I haven't seen any blooms, but I'm holding out. I'm hoping. but I was taking a chance. The cucumbers that came back, loaded in blooms. We've harvested 4 cucumbers so far, and they're not bitter. If you can see right up here, there's another one coming on, right there. Now let's go to the carrot bed. In this corner here was where that butterfly bush was. And remember, I planted some seeds. They were what, 6, 7 years old? Well, 0 germination. So I just planted some more this morning. I didn't cover it. I'm just gonna see what happens. But if you look, other than the leaves, you're gonna see pretty good germination. As well as this bed. And I did replant this corner. So these 2 corners was replanted this morning. But look guys, I'm happy with that. And I'm not going any further because they're getting watered, but there's the strawberry beds all the way down. We will be covering them with pine straw next month. Well, we're almost next month, but probably about the end of October. Buddy spent the morning trimming the scuppernons and muscadines, only keeping the feeders, the main shafts. He's got to tighten up his clothesline, but they have fared fantastic. So next year we hope is our day to, our year to be able to harvest. Okay, our friends, remember these sagging, busted beds that we built the first spring we were here? That was in what, 22? Yep, 22. Yep. So they lasted 2 seasons, and we knew that. But Buddy went down, so these have been in a box. These are those metal raised beds. I don't know the brand. We got those clearance, just like we had did the garden shed, and that we still haven't put together in 2 years. The other one, we had 2. But this was $35. Now, it doesn't have the reinforced on the inside like the Vigos and some of the other ones. But for a 4x2x2 for $35, we couldn't pass it up because that was going to replace just these. Now, we're only replacing the 5 beds, and we have them. The rest will be all mineral tubs. But we couldn't pass it up. So what we're doing is we're shoveling the dirt into our first bed. And like I said, there's only 5 of them. And we won't get them today, but it's going to be a start because these are actually collapsing more every day. Here's one you can see. So any day we're waiting to find this dirt all on the ground.
I can take this, knock this over right now if I wanted to.
Show us that, buddy.
It's just that bad.
Look, see? So he said, Lippy, it's time that we get these. Now, we're not growing them right now. That'll be in the spring. But we got to get this mess cleaned up and see how it goes. But we will be growing in mineral tubs. But for $35 a bed, we couldn't pass it up, and then he got down. So better late than never, huh, Bud, to put them together.
That's for sure.
I mean, but they're sturdy. They're heavy. They don't have your ribbon around the top. But we can't complain.
They're not sharp, though.
Oh, they're not sharp.
They're not bad.
Let me pull you up.
They're not bad. I could put a little train.
But honestly, I forgot that we had them. They were sitting over here in the boxes in the greenhouse. And he's like, honey, it's time to pull those beds out. So here we go.
We're going to do one here, one there.
Right, we're going to do
one
a U.
across here, then 2 more. Well, 1 there, 2 more. Leave this end open to go in the horseshoe.
Okay. Now this angle here may explain what we're doing. Okay, all of those beds are coming out. On the back side of my garden shed is another garden shed identical. Remember, Grandpa helped us put this one up, but we had the bed, the 2 beds behind it. Well, since they're coming out, there's another garden shed just like this that we paid 0 for, guys, because they lost it. They credited the account. 3 months later, it showed up. 3 or 4 months later. So it's identical to this garden shed, and we're gonna butt them up together and then run our rainwater tank here and on this other end. So the 5th bed will come elongated here, and we'll have 2 of the other ones on each side in case we ever wanted to put a cattle panel. Okay, you've got it. You've got it halfway. Well, not quite halfway.
Quite halfway. Just put a little light layer.
I am.
Where's your Korean hoe?
What did I? Oh, I was using it over.
Mix it in.
Oh, I put it in the garden shed. Here, you do this, and I'll go get my hoe so I can mix it in. Perfect.
Okay, watch yourself. I'm gonna put a little dust in here.
Appreciate it.
The volcano dust there.
What I love this thing. And I also like what God gave me.
Yeah, now that you got that somewhat working again.
Do you see me working with this hand?
Yeah.
Now, that bread making took care of that hand this week. But guys, look, see the clumps that's coming in? I want y'all to see that. That is beautiful. I'm telling you, I love that mixture that we get. 3/4 mushroom compost and 1/4 part
White sand.
white sand. And you know what I'm gonna do? Just to ensure when we get this done, I am gonna top it with a little bit of garden tile to overwinter it, just so no creepy crawlers decide this is good dirt they can lay their eggs in.
I can smell the earthy.
This does smell good.
Earthy.
I have one I gotta break up.
Yeah, there may be some sticks. I just seen a potato.
A potato. Oh,
A sweet potato piece.
Yeah, I don't know about the Mr. Owls. I've got enough to do next year, but I'm hoping next year they'll acclimate. I just don't like the size of them. I don't know. I'm still on the fence. But they are a smaller potato. I need to remember that. You know that was my hand that you dumped that on?
Yeah. Well, you up there digging in the dirt, so.
I hear a rock. Mo done put a rock in here.
There?
Yeah, Mo.
Momo, he'll do it now. He likes putting them rocks. He says place for birds to land.
Yeah, bud, that garden clearance thing on eBay, you can't beat it. I mean, there's more quality out there, but what we paid back then, I don't think we can complain. But Buddy did find a mother load of mineral tubs. It was about, what, 2 hours away. We
I looked
couldn't,
this morning.
we
There's
couldn't
some
do
more
it
back
this
on there. I
time.
just got a deal.
But $5 a piece. They're green mineral tubs. The man must have had 200 of them. So next month I'm going to see if he'll make a deal if I was to get like 75 from him. What kind of deal would he make? My word, look at that. Do you need my help?
Take this off here.
Well, there's no ants in there that I see. All right. Oh yeah, this is smooth. I thought it was going to cut, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. You may have to put a little bit more of this on there. I don't think I can pick it up one-handed. Not much, just a little bit. I can do this one. Oh, that's good. Right, that'll be good, right there.
You'll see that's the stuff where we put in the bottom.
Yeah.
It still ain't broke down yet. That's
That's 2.5
limbs,
years.
it's 2.5 years.
Yeah.
That still ain't got some of this stuff broke down.
But we're only
That's
going
the
to do
reason.
one bed at a time because he's got a slow move. He can't get too jiggy with it even though he wants to.
A lot of good material in that.
Yes. Here, hand me a little okra.
There's your okra. Stick it back
Yeah.
in the dirt somewhere.
Oh my.
It's loaded.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
It's loaded.
It is.
That was a volunteer to come back up after the fact.
That one's so hard, but I can dry it off for seeds.
Yeah.
And see, this is going to be good height for me. All I got to do is plant, it's going to be a good height. But we're going to space them to where there's another one here, and cap the end off. So if we wanted to, we could, what is this?
That was that sun gold.
Oh, that was that sun gold that was growing down at the end. Remember, y'all? I forgot about that. Let me throw that away. We can always put a cattle panel to it. But I don't anticipate that because I think what I'm going to do is make this all of my San Marzanos, since that is the #1 canning tomato. And 2 in each bed, that gives me 8. That's 10. That's all I'll need, and then some. But my family goes through a whole lot of tomato products. So I think that's what I'm going to utilize it for. What do you think, bud?
Yeah.
All San Marzanos. Oh, that race car just scared me. And he lives acres over there. I'd hate to be standing in his yard. That ought to be good, bud. I don't want to go too high. Ooh, I like that. Now, I like that sand. Yeah, that's plenty, honey.
Okay.
Oh, well, it's
Now it's
gonna.
got to wet and settle.
That's right.
Wet and break down and settle.
Good thing we're using our dirt. That's where the money is in the dirt.
Yeah.
Y'all, I really use this as a bug deterrent. And it works, doesn't it, bud?
Yep. Natural bug deterrent.
Because that stuff
Good
stinks.
fertilized.
It's not going to hurt nothing. It's like a one-stop shop with this garden tone.
Water it in, boy, that stinks. Oh my God.
Telling you, bugs won't survive.
That'd make anything leave the country.
I found Moe's rock. I'll set it right there.
Make anything leave the country.
1 down, 4 to go at another time.
Yeah, cleaning up all this mess.
Yeah, that's going to be.
All that bottom with all the decay and stuff, I'm going to take and put back in the compost pile back there and let it start breaking down.
Yeah.
I'll filter it. I don't want all that sticks and stuff on it.
But
Be
you know
fine at the
what?
bottom.
I am so
Again.
blessed that we got 3 growings out of this free material.
Yeah.
That's a blessing.
It worked out what it could.
It
I
did.
tell you. Come in mighty handy.
Yes, it did. Very thankful for that. All right, guys, let's, y'all still there? Let's go and look at
Where they at? They still?
yeah, they still there. We're going to go
They
look.
still
Ooh, I
there.
got to wash this hand, and then we're going to drive out and show y'all the woodshed. It's come a long ways. Now, the concrete's not poured. I promised you guys I was going to film that all in its own video. A lot of you wanted to know how he was going to dry pour. So, I promise you, we won't do the concrete until you guys are with us. Before we go out there, can y'all see? That's how we're watering. And it's working out fantastic. All right, one side of the roof is on. He still has to cut those pieces of wood. What they call, buddy?
Slats.
Slats. But one side is on, and doesn't it look fantastic? I'm holding the camera up as tall as I can get it. He cleaned the roof off, and then what is that that you put on it?
Slats on there ready to put the tin on.
Okay, that's what's left is this side. But he ran out of time with Grandpa here. Okay, now y'all, this is to me the star of the whole video. I wanted a new door here.
She griped about that door.
I did. I hated
She
that
did
door.
not want that door.
And he took every cut off. Well, tell him what you did.
Well, the bottom was messed up, so I started with 2 boards on the bottom. And I was just gonna frame the outside, put an X in it, just kind of like I done the front. And I said, well, you know what? I got all these cutoffs. I said, let me just cover the whole door. So I just overlaid the whole door with all the scraps and just worked around until I got down the
Like
middle.
a puzzle.
Put one board back.
Now I
in
do have to put a
Then took
stain.
the handle off, put it back on.
He painted all, that was the handle that was on it and the lock. He painted it. But guys, every bit of this was built out of what I'm about to show you. Okay, this is what he built the door out of. All of these cutoffs. And that's how he pieced it together. But now he wants to show you what else he's worked on this week.
Oh, I've run all the conduit. So I can put some plugs out here for battery chargers, whatever you want to do.
So where I'm looking at the little square
All
boxes,
the square boxes,
is where
big plugs.
plugs.
Up in the ceiling. Okay, got the ceiling boxes in, junction box, main wires run, got wires pulled, so I can run the lights.
And where am I going? Straight?
I got one light, yeah, I mean, it goes all the way back to the corner over there where the generator box is.
Okay,
And
that's
I
the
got a
generator
plug
box.
there. And then I've got the one that goes up over there on the wall by that box. That goes up and comes all the way out here for a security light
Oh, okay.
on the outside corner.
Okay. So if I follow that gray
Yeah.
tubing,
It comes
goes
all the
to a
way out
security
the corner
light.
To a security light. Right here, where when you walk in from the outside, you can flip the switch to turn all the lights on.
So when I walk in from the
That way
outside, I
'cause
flip a
it's
switch.
gonna be dark out here.
Yeah.
When that lights ain't on, it's dark.
And he does have this light. This was a recycled light. But what's them wires hanging, bud?
I ain't got the covers on it yet.
Oh, okay.
It's got a cover and all goes on it and a
Okay.
globe.
And a
but
globe.
I had just wiring a plug on it for right now.
Okay, so
till I
you
get
can
all my
work.
wires running tied in the conduit.
Wow. Well, I think it's going to look fantastic. I did tell them we are not doing the concrete until they're with us because we promised them we would show how we're going to do
front
it.
concrete first and then the back.
Yeah, we're doing this side
This
last.
has got a lot of leveling to do over here. So
But the other side is smooth, right?
yeah, it's pretty close. It's a lot closer than this one.
So we've come a long ways, guys. And that's where the security light's going to be mounted. And we've had that thing in a box forever in the day.
Yeah.
And he was like, should I paint it? I was like, no, leave it the way it was. What is it, white?
Yeah.
So that's where the security light's going to go. I'm going to like that.
And then this is the tin. It's already got it cut, luckily, and on the roof. So
Well, yeah, while Grandpa was here,
all
they
I
got
got
it
to
cut
do is
and
get
on
up
the
there
roof.
and start laying it, screwing it down on the backside.
In other words, you don't need me up there?
No, not at all.
Did y'all hear him? No, not at all. I mean, that's what I'm here for, is to help. He won't let me.
We had enough emergency rooms open already.
He said we had enough emergency rooms already. But guys, I know it was not much of a video, but y'all know when we're growing, Sundays is our garden update. I wanted to film yesterday and today to do that long vlog, but I literally had breakfast cooked for them. I rolled right into lunch, and then by the time I got that done, I had made a sweet potato pie. We had coffee and pie, and the day was gone, and I never picked up my phone. So forgive me, but I hope you enjoyed the garden update, what we're working on, and it may be 2 months to get those little metal things put together. But I'm glad that we had them to fall back on, but I will grow in mineral tubs. There's nothing wrong with those metal ones. Very blessed for $35. You know, you can't beat that. But I can see where I would do better with a mineral tub for us, especially financially. And when you can get them for $5 a piece, that's $10 for that size bed buying mineral tubs compared to $35. You got to look at it like that, or at least that's how we're looking at it. So yeah, you got to see a little bit of what we've been working on. It's hot as Hades. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and all of y'all know, what does Lippy do at 3 o'clock in the afternoon? She goes and she gets a cup of coffee. So I'm going to get a cup of coffee, and we're going to try to cut them watermelons. I don't look for that yellow meated to be much of nothing. We had one good one. The other ones were a little on the chickens enjoyed them. But what was that, a crimson? The other one is a crimson? Crimson. Well, I'm crossing my fingers. It's a sweet one because I love watermelon. We all do. But as always, stay safe, stay well, and God bless. And guys on the East Coast, Southeast, our hearts are with you and our prayers. Till the next one.